Well, hello again. Well, I got a new tripod for my cell phone, so this video at least won't be shaky. Man, pulled a small miracle off. I've got tons of these chassis, these old 2510s from President / Uniden, and I got this radio running. The problem was these buttons. Like I pushed in the, which one was it? I pushed in the dim to dim it, and it was stuck in, and it wasn't coming out. It was worn out. So here's the old ones. One of them must have fallen off, but anyway, they got a lot of use on them. They're all just, the texture that was on them was worn off, and they just didn't work very well. So getting this off, I mean, you know, there's a few screws and stuff, but man, let's see, 1, 2, 3 wires here, plus 3 inside. I had to unsolder and take pictures and make sure I got it right, and holy crap. But anyway, it helped clean up the front end of this thing immensely. Now it's got real nice keys, and they work like a charm. I'm just thrilled. Let's see. It's hard to see this display at the wrong angle, right? So yeah, everything works like a charm now. So it just needs a little bit of a tune-up. It's off frequency just a little bit. But it works. It runs. So the next step is the processor board underneath here, right here. This one works, and it transmits and receives and everything. This radio over here doesn't transmit. It does receive, and everything on the facade works, the faceplate, and it's okay. The display's a little scratched up, but everything's, usable. So what I'm going to do is take all of these up here and a whole bunch more I've got, the processor boards, and run them through that, and make them, mark them as pass fail. So anyway, it's amazing that late 80s technology, this stuff held up pretty well. These boards are just a little bit better than your standard CB radio printed circuit boards, and the only reason they're just a little better is because they've got solder mask on them, the green stuff. That helps prevent shorts when this thing gets soldered, usually in a wave solder machine. The wave of solder is high, and this passes through it, and it won't stick wherever the solder mask is, and it'll only stick where there's bare copper. So, and plus over time, as things age, dust collects and whatever happens, it really helps keeps things from shorting. And so that does help. So the main board in there, you can see, is that way. These are done, the processor boards are done that way, both sides. The only thing I don't know is if these are plated through holes. The big ones here are not. Printed circuit boards in the CB radio and cheaper ham radios is just such poor quality. Oh my God. So a lot of the repairs end up being about soldering, not about burned out or bad parts, So anyway, these 2510s are a grade above most everything else in the standard 10, 11 meter range. Anyway, so I've got to get this thing tested. Testing. I don't know if you can see this meter right here. Hey, let's shake the video. Yeah, you probably can't see it that well, but see how far that swings over? That means the frequency is really, really far off. Almost, well, 1,000 hertz or better. Yeah, probably more than that. In fact, let's see, is this on the right channel? I may have changed channels when I turned it on. Oh, I did. 27.225. So what we'll do is we'll go 27.225. Oops. 27.225. Enter. Okay, there we go. That's better. But it's still off. Shoo, boy. 750 hertz. That's a lot. That's a lot to be off. I mean, that's a hell of a lot. I've been tuning these radios. One that's easily adjusted. Some don't. Some have kind of a coarse frequency adjustment on the VCO. But when I can, I've set them to, they're only off by 25 hertz. So you have 27 million hertz, 27 megahertz, and it's only off by 25 hertz. That's such a tiny percentage, it's almost ridiculous, but if you can, why not? I remember on one of the radios I did, the VCO adjustment it was just loose. It was just, I know over time you bump the radio and it's going to change it. So that one has to get some of our famous Glipt on it to hold that sucker in place. Since this is sideband too, I've got to follow the process to get it tuned. But at least right now, I know the AM side's way off. 750 hertz is an awful lot. Worst case that I will accept is 100 hertz. So when you look at a frequency display, sorry, I promised you I wouldn't wiggle it around too much. This says 27.225. 100 hertz would be a 1 at the end. 225, 1. Which is actually, that's fairly acceptable. But if you have the ability to tune it tighter, you do it, Things do drift a little bit over time and temperature. If you live in a cold climate, sometimes the radio needs some time to warm up to get on frequency just right. Not horribly, they don't change a lot, but it does happen. Well, anyway, glad I got this beast running. It needs to be aligned, and then I'll start running those boards through that one, and somebody rigged all this crap in here, so I just taped on my power supply cord to it, and at least it functions logically. There's a jumper here, I don't know what the hell that's for. If it's a repair or a mod, you get radios in that have mods in them all day long. I got something in the mail today that I've been looking forward to. Oh man, it's called the Superstar T747, so it tests almost every microphone. But of course, I found a microphone today that I have that won't work on this. And is it this one right here? Yeah. Standard Uniden mic, 5-pin with no center pin, right? It's sealed off. Won't work on here. Oh no, it works right. It works right here. This isn't the mic. Anyway, I had a mic that I found wouldn't work on here, and the only place you can punch a hole and wire one of these in is either on the side or on the top, and I wasn't terribly pleased about that because it wasn't like an uncommon, rare thing that you never see around. But anyway, it's real helpful. You can put a battery in them to run it that way, or just plug it into your standard, radio power jack. It works pretty good. Looks like I left the screws loose on this when I took it apart earlier today. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is a great tool. I had to get another one because I couldn't find my old one. It's kind of a pistol grip. It's a single cell lithium. It's rated, there was 2 of them here. This was the cheaper brand at where was I, True Value. They had this one, and then they had a major brand. I don't know who the hell it was, but the other one was 190 RPM, and this one's 220. And I like more speed, because there's gobs of torque here. Just gobs of it, so speed is just more helpful. There's a battery, see, how does that work? Oh, it's not turning on. Maybe it needs to be charged. Oh no, here we go. So it's green, all the way to green is lit, so it's fully charged. Oh, this is the, if you want to turn it into a screwdriver, you can do that, which is what I used for a long time before. Now, this, you just press the button, it's on or off, and this is how you change direction. My other screwdriver, I loved it because you'd push it on this end for one direction, that end on the other, and it was just quick. You have to do this on impacts and cordless drills and everything anyway, so it wasn't a huge difference, but it's worked out. And the other thing I like about this is it holds a charge for freaking ever. You charge it fully and then just put it down and just leave it alone. it'll, you know, lithium doesn't self-discharge very fast, which is pretty cool. Anyway, sorry to rant about that. Yeah, so what else is going on? We picked up this is it's Chinese, but it's a meter that doesn't run on batteries. You plug it into 120 volts. I think I discussed this before. You get tired of putting, you know, $5 9-volt batteries in these you know, your portable meters. I get kind of tired of that, so I put this in here. The only thing I don't like is volts is in one place and ohms and everything else is in another, so I got to constantly pull that or stick another probe in there. I'm not sure I like that, but it's good enough for now. It's a good meter. So anyway, this one's real dirty inside too. So we've got some alcohol and chem wipes. I'm going to clean it up real good. Nice heavy gauge wire on it. It's got the standard. God, what a dang mess! It's got a standard power plug on the back. Somebody modified it. I don't know why President came out with used all these Molex plugs for their speakers and speaker outputs and power input. It's just a pain in the butt. So a lot of people convert them. So this one got at least partially converted, and then somebody added a jack on it for sound. It's a little fugly, but at least for testing I can do it real quick. So anyway, that's it for my rambling report right now. We're in here cranking away. Oh, one more item I get to fix. Oh, I almost bought one of these. A lot of you guys will know what this is. 1040. It lost its audio tone, so I got to get in there and find out why and get it back to the guys so we can continue using it. So, haven't worked on one, but you know, there's nothing in it. It's all simple. All right, well, that's it for now. I got to get back to it. See you, bye.